Yo, what is going on, guys? We're back today for another video. So, Kabam had a massive live stream recently while I was gone. I wasn't there to see it live. I'm sure a lot of you guys already know everything that went on in that live stream. A lot of it's already been released with the Crucible and the reunion stuff. But something that hasn't come out yet, and I haven't really talked about it for my thoughts on, is the Summoner's Choice 2024 Rework Edition. So, basically, these 8 champions are going to be going head-to-head in a vote. Group 1 and then Group 2, the winner of those are going to go to the final, and then we're going to vote for which of these 8 champs gets buffed. So, I would say for me, I want all these champs to get buffed, but I'd say for me there's, I think, 3 champs that really stick out. So, I'm going to talk about each champ, give my brief thoughts and opinion on every single one, and then at the end of this video, we're going to go ahead and upload a poll on my community page. And I want you guys to vote here first, and we're going to have both of them, and then whoever wins my poll here is who I'm going to rally all you guys in my channel to vote for. So whoever wins from my polls will be the champion that I fully give my full support behind and I push to get buffed. So please vote after this video. Just go to my community page and cast a vote. I would really appreciate that. Alright, let's go ahead and start talking about some of these champs. So let's start with group number 1. Captain America up first. Let's talk about him. So this is OG Captain America. I know there's lots of Captain Americas in game, but it is not this guy. It's not him. It's this one right here. Captain America Classic. This is the one. So I actually have had an idea for Captain America buff for a very long time. And like, unless it's this or something similar to this, like I don't want it buffed. And what I want is, you know, the most epic moment in the MCU. That's what I want for this guy. When Captain America picked up Mjolnir and started wielding it and got Thor's powers, like that is my favorite moment in the MCU. I have never been a part of a bigger theater reaction than when that happened. Like that was just the most hype moment, bro. Like on the big screen. So I would love a buffed Captain America for like Endgame Cap with Mjolnir and like a broken shield, or with like some type of synergy or something with Thor that allows him to change his class to Cosmic and do that. But like I don't think there's any way that's happening with this rework, you know. So I'm not voting Cap. The only Cap I want is if he has Mjolnir. So I'm not on Team Cap. Then we have Black Widow. So OG Black Widow, dude, we're gonna actually go to 4 stars because OG Black Widow, this was my very first ever Max Sig champion in the entirety of the game. The first champion I ever got to Max Sig was Black Widow here. Her Awaken ability used to be one of the most powerful in the entire game because at Max Sig, basically she reduced ability accuracy by 100%. Period. So she basically, at Max Sig, she just turned off any and everything in the game essentially, and it was just awesome. It was a cheat code. You could use her like back in the day for like thorns, that kind of stuff. She would just take no damage. It was awesome. So a Black Widow buff would go pretty hard, but like there's no way she's gonna be as good as she was, and I don't know. I don't feel like a Black Widow buff would be that exciting compared to some of these other champs. So I'm not really too fussed about Black Widow. Then we have the Cyclopses. So there's 2 of them, and again, this is only one. So it's not this guy. It's this one, Blue Team Cyclops. The Cyclops look from, you know, X-Men 97, which I think is a really good look. And speaking of X-Men 97, I think a buff for Cyclops could be kind of sick. In the very, like, Cyclops never really impressed me at all, like, especially with fighting in the original X-Men cartoon. I recently watched it for the first time before watching X-Men 97, and, like, Cyclops never really impressed me, like, at all. But in the very first episode of X-Men 97, he did something really cool when he was fighting. He used his beam, he like shot it at the ground to like propel himself. He used his beam as movement. That I really liked. And that gave me an idea of like, that could definitely work well in MCOC if he had some type of like Kate Bishop repose, a counterattack with his beam. That could be really cool. So, and Cyclops has been a meme for so long that it would be wonderful if Cyclops got a massive buff, if he just started doing insane damage, like with his specials, with his beams. If he just had like some insane new type of armor destruction that he can do, or something crazy, or some type of new debuff that he can apply with his beams, that would be sick. I think Cyclops definitely has some potential, but at the same time, he's been a meme for so long in this game that it's still hard to just get over him being Cyclops, you know. And I don't know, like, when a champ's been bad for so long in game, and you've been playing this game for so long, it like starts to affect the champion, your view on the champion outside of the game, at least for me. Like, when I see Kamala Khan anywhere, like, I don't get excited because she's so bad in game, you know. It's the MCOC effect. But I wouldn't be mad at all if Cyclops won. I wouldn't be mad at all. I think it could be cool. I think there's a lot of potential there. And then last but not least, in the first batch is Iron Fist. We're actually going to go to 5 stars because this guy right here, you can see he's Sig 200. That, I'm assuming that's natural. But Iron Fist, I literally, within my very first ever 5-star crystals, I pulled this man 3 times. 3 times out of 5 crystals. And it was really annoying. It was really, really annoying. I just couldn't stop pulling him. And I eventually even ranked him up to rank 4. And the importance behind rank 4 way back in the day is that it costed tier 2 alpha, which at one point in time was about like $100 per tier 2 alpha back in the day. And I had really regretted ranking up Iron Fist. But one Christmas, kabam, our Christmas gift was rank down tickets. And I was so excited because I got to rank down my Iron Fist. It was awesome. You can see he's rank 3. He's rank 3 right now. So he was rank 4. This Iron Fist was a higher rank at one point in time. But I ranked him down. Ranked him down and got my tier 2 alpha back. So an Iron Fist buff would be awesome. But honestly, personally, I want the other Iron Fist to get buffed. I want both of them to get buffed. You know, ideally. Same with Cyclops. Same with Captain America. But if I had to pick one, I would definitely pick the other Iron Fist, the Immortal one. I think he just looks so much cooler. He's so much harder to get, and like I would love for him to just be insanely good. Insanely good. So like it's actually worth it when you pull him, you know? It's not just, oh cool, trophy, garbage champ, you know? Like imagine pulling him, it's like, holy crap, I just pulled one of the best damage dealers in the game. Like, let's frickin' go. Like, you know, it'd be so much more hype. So out of these 4, I would say Iron Fist is the one I want the most, but I'm more so looking on the other part, the part 2. So let's go ahead and post this first poll. So looks good. Summer Choice 2024 Rework Edition poll 1. Who do you want buffed the most? Yeah, let's post the first one. All right. It takes a sec to load. There it is. Okay, and I'm going to vote for... Can I vote on my own poll? I can't. But I would be voting Iron Fist if I could. Okay, let's go ahead and talk about part number 2. These champions here. So, up first, we have the Doctor. The Doctor of all that is strange. And man, I think Doctor Strange is my #1 pick. Back in the day, Doctor Strange, I'm sure you guys have heard that like Scarlet Witch was regarded as like the best champion game, was one of the most broken, and I think like lifetime she was the most broken champion game. But you know, way back in the day, there was arguments. People would be like, who's better, you know, Doctor Strange or Scarlet Witch? And I feel like I said, it was Scarlet Witch, but it wasn't so cut and dry back then. Doctor Strange was in the conversation back then for one of the best Mystic, if not the best. And just him being in the conversation, that's how good he was before he got nerfed into the ground. You know, the way Doctor Strange works right now is he has 3 different spells. He has the Fury buff, and then does something in that. He has the armor up, it does something in that, and then he has the power gain. And like in the with the armor, for example, before when he had that armor up, he basically had like perfect block. So like when that armor was active, like he could just block everything. He wouldn't take any damage. I'm pretty sure Doctor Strange's life steal used to be based on the damage that he dealt, and I think now it's a fixed amount of healing. Is that how it is now? Let's see. Is it on the special 2? I'm not even sure. I think it was... What was it? Yeah, I don't even know. His kit is so... There's like nothing even written in here. But, man, pre-nerf Doctor Strange was just such a beast. And I want Doctor Strange to finally have the respect he deserves. You know, he's supposed to be the one in... Not the one and only, but like, he is like the I can't speak. Sorcerer Supreme. You know, Doctor Strange. He's not the first, he's not the last, but he is the most well-known Sorcerer Supreme. The master of the mystical arts. Like, he needs to be properly represented in the game. So, I think Doctor Strange is my #1 pick. But at the same time, I feel like if we didn't pick Doctor Strange, I feel like he would still get buffed one day, you know? I don't know, but I think Doctor Strange is my #1 choice. I think he is. I love Strange. Would love if he won. And I feel like he will win. I feel like he will. But I don't know. That's just a guess. Alright, but up next we have Electra. Electra is an interesting one. I feel like Electra is one of the most forgotten champs in the whole game, dude. But she's pretty cool. You know, she has, I believe... Is it guaranteed crits? Yeah, she was one of the first champs in the game to have guaranteed crits. I think that's like her and Symbiote Spider-Man who had the first guaranteed crits. But while the opponent has less than 15% health, the champion strikes with guaranteed critical hits. So yeah, that's interesting. Electra is really unique. She was kind of like a bootleg Black Widow back in the day. What I mean by that is, you know, Black Widow, Max 6, she fully just turned off abilities. Electra, if you had a debuff, she reduces it by 85%, which is pretty good. It's not 100%, but 85 is still pretty good, but you needed to have a debuff. Electra was one of the first champions where, like, the Resonate Mastery was really in talks with her kit, because, you know, if you have that debuff active, you're reducing defensive action by 85%, which is quite a bit. So an Electra buff could be pretty sick. Honestly, I think I would rather see an Electra buff than a Black Widow buff. I think Electra is just kind of cooler. And Electra has like never truly had her time to shine in this game, whereas Black Widow did. Plus there's like 2 other Black Widows in game. You know, we have Clairvoyance and Black Widow Deodorant. So there's only one Electra. I would love for Electra to get a sick buff, dude. She's so underrated. Daredevil's boo. An Electra buff would go hard. Next up, we have Kamala Khan. Now, this is the one that I just, like, probably the least interesting to me. Like, I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, no thanks. But the last but not least, Black Bolt. Dude, Black Bolt is a Chad. You know what? We're gonna do a fight with him real quick. Let's go fight. Let's take this off 5-star. Let's fight my Nimrod. We're gonna do a little fight with Black Bolt because there's something. I have a fun little story I want to tell you guys about with the homie Black Bolt. So let's hide this for now. So we're just gonna get to Black Bolt Special 3. Now this is a story that takes place when I very first started playing the game. So, noob legacy, I had no idea what I was doing, still learning the controls, how the game really works and everything. And so, I thought that, you know, the way my logical thinking brain works, you know, I'm a math guy, I'm numbers, I'm definitely not English. The way my logical thinking brain worked was, okay, we have special attacks. Okay, so the more bars of power that you use, the more powerful the special attack will be. That's what I thought. You know, that makes sense in my brain. So, champ like Black Bolt, alright, I'm going to go to a special 3. So, I did that. And, you know, when I first started playing this game, I had decent amount of Black Bolt knowledge. I remember seeing him in like some cartoons, some Marvel cartoons. Remember like him and Thor talking because like they're both kings. Or Black Bolt wasn't talking, and Thor was like, "Why aren't you talking?" And it's because with Black Bolt, you know, if he whispers, he can start destroying stuff. You know, if he talks, if he screams, like he could like, blow up a moon. You know, if this guy's screaming. So like, I remember I first used his special 3. And bro is yelling, just letting it all rip. Like, and I just thought, oh my god, that's such a cool special 3. But then I saw the damage, and I was like, what? What? Like, I thought Black Bolt's special 3 was gonna be like an instant KO. That's what I thought. Like, I thought him screaming and shouting his lungs out would just instantly KO any opponent. But of course, that's not the case. That is very, 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 very far from the case. So I would absolutely love a Black Bolt buff. I think Black Bolt's my number 2 pick behind Doctor Strange. I think Black Bolt has so much potential. I would love to just see his special 3 just be like one of the hardest hitting special 3s in the game, of him just yelling. And maybe it's one of those special 3s where he can only use it one time in a fight or like in a quest or something. And it's disabled. You know, there's a lot of chance like that. Like Diablo has a disabled special 3. Like one super duper powerful special 3 where he just screams. How sick would that be, man? I would love that. I would absolutely love that. So I think Black Bolt is my number 2 pick. Honestly, I kind of wish Black Bolt was on the other side, so the finals could maybe be Black Bolt and Doctor Strange. But yeah, I feel like Doctor Strange is gonna kick Black Bolt's butt. And even I'm picking, you know, Doctor Strange over Black Bolt. But I do like Black Bolt. But yeah, that's all the champions. Let's go ahead and post this second poll now. Boom. So yeah, I would really appreciate you guys voting on these so we can get a good gauge on the channel. And oh, hello Ace, and see what champion I want to put my full support behind, my full community support. So wow, looks like Blue Team Cyclops is winning on the first one right now after only being up for a couple minutes. Interesting. All right, but yeah, guys, please go vote. I'll try to have it linked in the description if I can. I don't know if you can link posts, but yeah, just go to my community page on your phone or computer and cast your vote. But yeah, guys, that's gonna go ahead and do it for this video. Let me know which champion you want to see win this vote the most. Like I said, for me, I think it's Doctor Strange. I think my 3 are Doctor Strange, Black Bolt, Iron Fist, and then Cyclops. But that's my opinion. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Drop a like if you enjoyed, subscribe for some more content. Thanks so much for watching. Peace. Go vote.